A quiet panic has begun to spread through the financial world, and by 2026, it's headed straight for your wallet. I want you to understand something. The people who built their lives on the promise of the American economic engine are about to face a brutal test. And if you don't take what I'm about to show you seriously, your financial security could be the price. Because what we're facing isn't a normal downturn. It's a structural reset. Let's begin with the undeniable truth no one wants to admit. We are living in an era of borrowed time and printed prosperity. For years, the strategy has been simple: spend, borrow, and create new money. But that game has a final inning. And every signal I see says we're heading into it now. This isn't political theater. This is mathematical certainty. Let's look at the single greatest threat to our future stability: the national debt. It's not just a number, it's an anchor. Right now, we're sailing with the heaviest anchor in human history tied to our hull. The debt-to-GDP ratio, which is simply what we owe versus what we create, is on a path to a historic peak. We are producing less than we owe, and that gap is a chasm. The cost of simply paying the interest on this debt is becoming a monster that devours our national budget. Think of it this way. It's like a family that only pays the minimum on a credit card while taking out new loans just to buy groceries. How does that story end? It ends in ruin. The official forecasts, the ones buried in dense reports, all point to one thing: deficits for as far as the projections go. There is no plan to stop it. There is only the hope that tomorrow never comes. Now, let's talk about the silent thief already in your home: inflation. Officially, it's manageable. But step into a store, fill up your car, try to pay rent. Your lived experience tells the real story. The cost of essentials remains painfully high, while the value of the money in your bank account quietly melts. This is the cruel magic trick of modern finance, making you feel stable while making you poorer. Your savings are not safe in cash. Your paycheck buys less every month. This is not an accident of a recovering economy. This is the direct consequence of a system that chooses to print its way out of trouble. When you can't tax enough and you won't cut spending, you have one tool left: devalue the currency. And you are holding that devalued currency. So we have record debt. We have persistent, corrosive inflation. What's the third ingredient? Slowing growth. The global economic engine is losing power. Trade winds are shifting, and forecasts for the coming years are being revised downward, not upward. We are not an island. When the world catches a cold, we get the flu. Combine slowing growth with unsustainable debt, and you have a recipe for extreme fragility. What happens when the next crisis hits and we've already spent all our emergency funds? The people in power know this. Behind closed doors, there is genuine concern. The numbers are forcing impossible decisions. Do they cut popular programs? Do they raise taxes? Or do they quietly let inflation run hotter? Each choice is politically toxic. Each choice harms ordinary people. This is the corner we've painted ourselves into. So, who pays when this delicate structure begins to tremble? It won't be the ultra-wealthy with their diversified assets. It will be you. The saver with money in a low-yield account, watching its real value disappear. The retiree on a fixed pension, whose checks buy less each trip to the store. The family carrying a mortgage, vulnerable to any spike in rates. The bill for decades of easy money is coming due, and it will be delivered to your doorstep. My warning to you is blunt. If your wealth is parked in traditional safe assets like long-term bonds or cash savings, you are on a path to financial erosion. You are getting poorer on paper that looks the same. The most dangerous risk is the one you don't see coming. What do you do? How do you navigate this? Let me share the principles I follow. First, avoid long-term expensive debt. Your goal is flexibility, not chains. Second, seek assets that generate real cash flow businesses, rental properties, investments that pay you, not just promise future appreciation. Third, Own things that resist inflation. Think companies that provide necessities, hard assets, anything with real utility in the world. Value and income will be your lifelines. Fourth, and this is critical, keep a reserve of cash. Not all your capital, but enough. When fear grips the markets and prices are thrown out with the trash, that is when true opportunities appear. You need the dry powder to act. What could trigger the shift I'm describing? Several sparks could ignite this tinderbox. A sudden sustained rise in interest rates. A loss of global confidence in the dollar. Another external shock, like a geopolitical conflict or an energy crisis. Or simply the slow-motion collapse of consumer confidence as people feel permanently poorer. Our system is now so leveraged, so brittle, that it has no margin for error. My prediction for 2026 is not for a dramatic, overnight crash. It's for a grinding, exhausting pressure. Growth will be anemic. Markets will be volatile, punishing overvalued and speculative plays. There will be a violent flight to quality to companies with strong balance sheets and real profits. And the dollar's purchasing power will continue its slow, steady leak. This is not about fear. It's about awareness. I don't fear market cycles. I've navigated them for years. What I respect is the unforgiving math of debt. What I worry about is complacency. True security isn't found in promises, but in tangible value. The coming years will separate paper wealth from real wealth. Your job is to make sure you own the latter. Don't wait for a savior from Washington. Don't hope for a return to a normal that is gone. The time to assess, to adjust, and to anchor yourself is right now. Your future security depends on the moves you make in this moment of calm. If this resonates with you, if you want more clarity in chaotic times, then do this for the channel. Hit the like button. It helps more people find these vital discussions here on Winds of Thought. And let me know in the comments, what's the first step you'll take to secure your footing? I read them all.